So I have some scrap wood laying around, and I have need for a multiple guitar stand. So let's see what I can conjure up with here. I did some Google searching and found some kind of plans, and I loosely followed them. And I emphasize the word loosely. Rounding off all the corners here, you can see it's pretty much done. A little issue filming. And this is what it looks like. Not bad. I didn't think it was bad. Let's take it all back apart, slap some paint on it. These are what all our pieces look like here. It's like 8 total pieces. Of course, I painted it outside on Halloween night. It was freezing. You know, the perfect wrong conditions to paint in. But it's okay. I wasn't really concerned about it looking that nice. And no worries, it didn't. Here we're trying to put it back together using the same screws and the same screw holes. Luckily, I did mark all the pieces from the bottom. So here it is, put back together, painted. A little rough around the edges. Had I had a router to round off the corners, it would have looked a million times better, but the wood had a lot of holes and stuff, and it is previously used for other projects. Got some pipe insulation just to protect the edges where the guitars touch. At some point in the future, I'm going to get some kind of felt or some kind of fabric to glue over that, something similar to the material you'd find in like a guitar case. There's a little sticky pad on one side of it, which seemed to have stuck really well to the slightly wet paint. You got a piece to put on the back side. And this actually worked pretty well. I wasn't sure how well it would work, if guitar finish would stick to it or not. But so far it's actually working, now that this video's already been recorded and guitars are sitting on it. So here I started sticking double-sided tape inside the slots where the guitar necks are going to go, and then sticking the foam in there. But I didn't record fixing it. This double-sided tape just was old and it didn't work very well. So I ended up basically redoing this part. However, you get the gist of what I did and how I did it by watching this here. And then once I had the foam pieces stuck in there, I just cut some scraps and stuffed them in there just to hold it in place while the double-sided tape set up. And like I said, obviously, I did this twice, so this was the first time. I didn't record doing the second time. But here I am just sticking the pieces in just to hold it in place while the double-sided tape's set up. So once I actually replaced the double-sided tape, pulled all the bad stuff out and replaced it with some better, I also went through with the razor blade and trimmed off the little foam pieces, so it looks a lot nicer. It's not really that ugly. So here I'm trying my hand at a little customization here. Really, all I was doing was just practicing with some new stuff I got. Some gold leaf is what I'm going to try here. Basically wasting materials, just practicing a little bit. I wasn't really trying to do anything crazy here. I've never really worked with gold leaf before, but I got some because I was wanting to try to do some like logos and stuff like that with it, and a couple other things. I just had a couple cool ideas. So in the meantime, while I'm working on this, I just added a little bit to it. I actually thought about going crazy and running this designs and stripes and cool stuff all over it, but it's kind of like why. If you can see the wood, there's a lot of screw holes that I filled not really that well. I just used scrap wood laying around, so it's not like I expected this to be super nice. So I didn't really go too crazy on it. If this would have been nice wood, I actually went out and bought. This would have been like stained, nice looking stain. Here you can see where I trimmed off the foam. This is the final product right here. But because it was scrap wood, I just slapped some paint on it.